What do you think causes domestic abuse?
I think that it, one, comes from a selfishness inside the person, that they value themselves over the person that they're caring for. And it may have come from a lot of past things in their own lives, but it is a desire to control someone else, and it's a form of selfishness that is incredibly hurtful.
Due to cultural and religious belief differences, some people believe that at times domestic abuse is needed or acceptable, with the old school rule of thought it puts behind equal treatment between all people.
On top of culture values, domestic abuse tends to increase while alcohol is involved.
The effects of domestic abuse can not only range from physical bruises, cuts, and fractures, but also take a toll emotionally and spiritually on the victim. Depression and anxiety are the more prevalent mental changes seen. However, victims are known to lose their ability to trust, lose their sense of identity, and their motivation for their future. Others don't realize the economic challenge that is put on the victims. Domestic violence is the third leading cause of homelessness in the United States, and 50% of victims reported being harassed at work by their abuser, leading to less paid work days and more medical leave. With medical leave comes medical bills, putting another financial hardship upon the victim. Although indirectly affected, children who witness abuse often become subject to depression, anxiety, have an increased risk of emotional behavioral outburst, become high risk for becoming bullies and abusers themselves, as well as a low academic performance. Mothers involved in abuse often lose their motherly bond because of any low self esteem, confidence, or depression issues that may be occurring because of the abuse. Because childhood is such a delicate time in a child's life for learning proper social and behavioral skills, it is dire that the child actually views proper social and behavioral skills. Given that domestic violence issues are not proper communication or social skills, they end up learning behaviors that are not appropriate to use in real life situations. Because children become involved, that often leads to more domestic violence cases in the future.
And the eternal effects can also affect me.
The main takeaway from this is that it could be anyone. It could be your best friend or the stranger that you saw in the hallway today. Domestic violence victims are very quiet about their situations and less likely to come forward about it.
Among the proposed solutions, a more prominent one is that the consequences for abuse must become more consistent and firm. In doing this, the abuser may be less likely to commit the crime because of the consequences he or she may suffer. Children are often influenced by the adults that surround them. This can include teachers, guidance counselors, and other advisors within the education system.
We believe by incorporating our helpful education system, we can create a class that will teach students how to identify healthy and unhealthy social patterns in relationships. Through this, we hope to be able to prevent further domestic violence abusers by educating high school students on what behaviors in their young relationships that are acceptable and which ones are not. Also, by being able to let everyone else know that it is okay to come forward and that we are all here to support them.
Because abuse has no race.
Because domestic abuse isn't a sexual orientation.
And because I'm still learning every day.